Disclaimer: the following content you are about to see contains the occasional usage of copyrighted material and various intellectual properties. Let it be known that we, and by extension, the world creators, don't own anything you see here. All copyrighted material belongs to their respective owners, and what is seen here is simply a creative work made for fun. With this in mind, please don't sue us and enjoy the show. Hello there, and welcome to Across the Metaverse, our journey into virtual reality as an emerging platform. In this show, I am your guide, as we go over news of this developing avenue and take a look at content made by various community members. Advancements and changes are being made nearly every day to this budding medium. It's very easy to get lost in everything that's going on, so be sure to stick by my side as we venture out across various worlds, both familiar and strange. You might just find something that catches your interest. If you find something for us to cover, please be sure to reach out and give us your suggestions. Input is what keeps this show going, so please don't hesitate to tell us about something neat you found in travels of your own. Now, come along as I show you what you're missing right now. Hello everyone, welcome aboard today's adventure. It is great to have you here. Today, we have some heavy VR news that is hot off the press, and honestly, it marks the end of an era. We aren't just losing one major platform, we're losing two. MetaVRse and Rec Room have both announced that they are shutting down and ceasing all further operations this year. At one point, MetaVRse was one of the big players in the VR community space alongside VRChat and Resonite. It had as many as 200,000 active monthly users back in 2022, and was the easiest way to network on a standalone Quest headset, since it was baked right into the OS. But with a platform as seemingly well-funded as this one, what happened? What changed? Well, it's simple. Like our previous news report, AI, artificial intelligence. 2022 was the launch year for the AI boom. Text-to-speech, AI-generated imagery, music creation, you name it. Over the course of this decade, Meta has pivoted hard into the AI market. AI needs massive server clusters, resources to function, and Meta has decided that those resources were better spent on their LLMs than a shrinking player base. But the real shockwave hitting the community today is that Rec Room is following suit. For years, Rec Room was the all-ages alternative, the place that you went to for paintball, laser tag, easy-to-use creative tools. While MetaVRse struggled to find its identity, Rec Room knew exactly what it was. Yet, the same economic pressures applied. Maintaining the infrastructure from millions of rooms created by users is incredibly expensive. As the Metaverse hype of the early 2020s cooled down, the funding dried up, and now one of the most accessible VR titles in history is heading to the graveyard. Now, if I'm being honest, I saw Horizon shutting down coming from a mile away. Their ads were always confused. Did they want to be a corporate boardroom or a fun community space? It felt like they were trying to build VRChat without any of the soul that made VRChat interesting. It was directionless. Rec Room's end felt a little bit different. It had an identity, but perhaps it couldn't survive the shift in how the tech giants were spending their money. We're seeing a massive transition where social spaces are being traded for AI interfaces, and the players are the ones caught in the middle. I feel the most for the creators as someone who creates content myself. Both platforms allowed users to build incredible things. Horizons allowed for Blender inputs, and Rec Room's Maker Pen was legendary for its easy use. People were making advanced professional-grade content in these spaces. For example, my good friend David, aka DD Program, made a condensed replica of the original grid from the first Tron movie called the I.O. Tower. It's a work of art. To see that thousands and thousands of other worlds just vanish is a shame. Luckily, there is a silver lining to this mass exodus. Both platforms are offering export options before the final blackout on June 15th. If you're a creator, please go and salvage your files right now. I can only hope that these worlds, and the ones I've mentioned, find a new home on VRChat or Resonite, so that all the hard work isn't lost. Now we move on to today's creation segment, and we've got some pretty interesting stuff lined up. In 1993, two French musicians by the names of Thomas Banglater and Guy-Manuel de Homem Cristo, apologies if I butchered that. I'm terrible at French. Anyways, they founded a retro electronic-themed music group by the name of Daft Punk. This musical duo had one very specific draw. Their public identities were a complete mystery. They took on the personas of two robot characters, TB3 and GMO8, allowing them to maintain their private lives while performing for millions. For nearly 30 years, they weren't just musicians, they were icons of a futurist subculture. From the house-heavy roots of Homework to the legendary anime-inspired visuals of the Discovery era, they defined the sound of a generation. Songs like Around the World, One More Time, and Digital Love aren't just tracks, they're staples of music history. In fact, their albums Random Access Memory and Discovery earned permanent spots on the top 500 albums of all time. But in 2021, as the industry shifted towards AI-generated content and the landscape changed, Thomas and Guy decided that the journey had reached its end. They ended the saga by killing off their characters in that famous, heart-wrenching final video, Epilogue. But what if that didn't have to end? What if GM08 and TB3 lived on? In the physical world, the helmets may have been put away, but in the digital realm, the robots are immortal. Allow me to introduce the Daft Punk of VRChat. This isn't just a tribute act, it's a group carrying on the specific spirit and vibe that Thomas and Guy left behind. They aren't just playing Spotify tracks, they are performing high-energy sets, dedicated DJ venues across the platform, recreating the feeling of the Alive 2007 tour for a new generation that never got to see the original duo live. The group's leader, Daft Punk 2, who steps into the role of GMO8, spends hours creating custom DJ remixes of the entire discography. The technical work that goes into these sets, blending the classic beats with a modern VR club acoustics, is genuinely impressive. And rounding out the duo is TB3, none other than our previous guest, the Red Spartan, who I'm sure you all know well by now. Seeing these two standing behind a virtual booth is like a glitch in time. The robots are back. What makes this even more immersive is their new home base. They've recently migrated to this incredible outer space-themed Daft Punk world. The creators are currently discussing turning this into their primary DJ event venue, and honestly, the atmosphere here is unmatched. It's got that high contrast Interstellar 555 aesthetic, neon lights reflecting off the chrome, and deep bass vibrating through the virtual floor. And the view of the stars outside is amazing. It's one of those rare places in VR chat where the technology and the art perfectly align. It's a space where you can really lose yourself in the music and forget just for a second that you're standing in your living room with a headset on. I'd love to visit the space more often, but it's an experience that is truly meant to be shared. It would be even cooler if you guys would come along for the next set. If you ever wanted to experience Daft Punk in concert but missed your chance in the real world, this is the closest you're ever going to get. I'm putting their group info and Discord link in the description and showing it on screen now. Go and give them a follow, join the community, and let's keep the digital era of the robots alive. I hope to see some of you on the dance floor in the next World Hop.
The Daft Punk of VR chat. Today I'm your host, Daft Punk 2, and I'm here with Red Spartan. We are currently making an event here with a couple of people. We are inviting more, so if you wish to come on down, hang out with us, come down to the VR chat and hang out at the Daft Punk of VR chat. All right. Also, he is currently working on a world known as Still Alive. So I hope you guys check it out and give it a good feedback about it. We're gonna host events on there and make videos. Thank you guys and hope you have a great day.
The world of VR chat is a great place to resurrect old memories. This is especially the case for the world Super Mario 64 DS by Dog Creature. Now, we've seen Mario worlds before in VR, but this isn't just a simple recreation. This space serves as both a hangout world and a fully playable adventure, bringing every single level from the DS version of the game directly onto the platform. It's a labor of love that captures that specific 2004 blocky charm of the handheld classic, but scales it up so it actually feels like you're standing inside the Mushroom Kingdom. What makes this world special is that it isn't just for looking, it's for playing too. There are plenty of Goombas to stomp on and Power Stars to collect, just like the real game. Seeing these classic levels from a first-person perspective changes everything. When you're the one standing at the bottom of the infinite stairs or looking up at the stained glass windows of Peach's castle, the scale feels massive. It's less about seeing the game and more about living it, which really highlights the creativity Dog Creature put into making the mechanics work for us in VR. Beyond the stars and coins, this world has become a massive hub for people who grew up with Nintendo. You'll often run into groups of friends just hanging out in the courtyard or exploring the castle basement together. There's something really surreal and honestly pretty cool about standing on the bridge outside the castle while chatting with someone halfway across the world. It perfectly captures that cozy, mysterious feeling that the original game had, but adds a whole new social layer to it. Even with so many levels packed into one space, the world runs incredibly smooth. It's a perfect example of why this community is so vital. It lets us preserve our favorite gaming memories in a way that feels brand new. If you spent your childhood with a DS in your hands, you definitely need to visit this one. So, what are you waiting for? Go grab some stars, collect coins, fight Bowser's forces, and chill out in the castle. Tag our Blue Sky and share some photos of your very own quest to save Princess Peach. Let's-a go! And with that, today's adventure is over. This has been Across the Metaverse. If you like what you saw here, please come and watch us again, as more episodes are coming soon. In fact, another one is being made right now as this one comes out. Let us know if there's anything you'd like us to see next. Your suggestions are what keeps this show strong and alive, and keeps us bringing content straight to you. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.